Hello, I'm back. This is Alashala Omio. I'm sorry, I just had to, 1 minute. I just had to, the network was really bad. Hopefully, we should be fine now. Shani, I'm back, darling. Kemi, I'm back, sweetheart. It was the network. Network in your okay. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Shagun, darling. How are you, darling? Today you can't blame me for being late. Remy has, the game. I mean, they've not actually quite finished. I just thought, look, let me come out, because he's all the way in Germany, So, we're watching him live also, So that's why I couldn't come out, earlier. Kind of, bear with me. I'm really sorry about that. Today we are actually talking about a very, very, interesting topic, actually. Which is 1 minute. I'm gonna try to share. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm just trying to share the show on my original platform, which is Alashola. Hopefully, that shouldn't take too long. 1 minute. Gabriel, I can hear you. I'm on live chat, baby. Sorry, that's my newly turned 15-year-old, well, more like 50-year-old. Anyway, 1 minute, guys. Shani, how are you? How is Angela? Angela Oshun. Oshun Junior. You can call her Oshun Junior. You'll see, she's gonna be a right little madam, she'll probably want to tell you how you guys should run your life, whatever. 1 minute. 1 minute, yeah, I can see myself now. Let me just share this on Alashola. Share. Come on. Right, here we are. So in this video, when we talk about love spells, what are they? I'm going to try to explain, the signs that one may see or symptoms if one has been done against you. Say someone has cast a love spell on you. 1 minute. I'll be with you in a second so I can on my timeline. It's all good when people, we love somebody and then we want them to love us back also, but, sometimes, I mean, in the line of, this is my work that I do, I'm not here to say to you, if it's bad or not right or not, it's, we're all adult here, you guys. I'm just going to try to point out here the symptoms. Say one has been done against you, what you what you will feel, or how you will start to behave, or signs and stuff like that, and also what you can do to try to get yourself back to normal. So I'm going to try to do the best that I can in this video to do that. Hello, sister Atinuke Aisha, lovely seeing you, beautiful people. Sister Zainab, beautiful, beautiful, lovely ladies here today. Oh, it's beautiful seeing you guys here. I'm so happy. Sorry I was late. My elder son, he actually had a game. He's still on the pitch right now. He hasn't actually finished yet. So I just thought, look, he's all the way in Germany. He's a club is in Germany, but he does come home all the time. He's going to come back today actually. So, I was just being just missing my son. I haven't seen him in, a few days. So, oh, go Remy, go. Sorry, that's why I couldn't come out earlier. So, bear with me, guys. So in this video, thank you, guys. I'm going to try to explain, because you see, when love spell is being done against, when anything apart from love spell is being done against your free will, now, that's you're being forced to do or behave how you normally not behave. And so, and then, there's an issue there. Like I said, in the line of work that I do, I can cast a spell for you. I do say stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna do the casting. You will do it yourself, because if the I'm gonna come to that. That's the consequences. I understand when we want something. We like somebody. You want them to return the feeling, whatever, and they actually don't want to do that. And then one will start to think, oh my God, how come this person is not, returning my love, blah blah blah. But in this video, I'm just going to try to explain, signs you will see if a powerful love spell is being cast against you, because when it's all good when you want that done, but how about the person you're doing it for? But I mean, in real sense, would they really want stuff like that to be done to them? Or say someone has done that to us, because stuff like this, the way it will work, you will start to behave. I'm going to come to that. Stuff that you probably wouldn't do before, and so when that happens, that is against the free will of that person, and so there's a law of karma there, and there's a law of three also, which I'll come back to. That what you give to the universe will also return back to you 3 times. And so when we are doing stuff like this, we should always have that in mind. So before I go on, it's all good. If you look at, I'm in UK, but I know that I have a lot of my people around the world that, you can, the angle that I'm coming from, which is a traditional angle, which is Onisheshe, I just try to, make it real as much as possible, and then not beat about the bush and, what have you. Excuse my language. So I'm just going to, some of the signs, it's not all of it, but I'm going to, or symptoms, whatever you want to call it, that one, you might start to find yourself, doing stuff like that, or the first one I'm going to go into here is if you find that you've been drawn to a person who is not usually your type, say, you're someone that you would normally, maybe you would probably have your specs, 6 foot, handsome dude right there, big dick, excuse my language, I didn't mean that. I never said that, by the way. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself, loving this guy that is only 4'5", very, very ugly as hell. Sorry again. And his thing is just like that, he can't even go past the mouth. And then you are so in love with him, you couldn't believe it. It was as if, oh my God. Or maybe if you're a man also, that, the kind of women that you go for, that you're probably slim, beautiful, tall, maybe dark skin, light skin, and all of a sudden you are doing the opposite, and then you couldn't, so stuff like that happening. Some people say, oh, love is blind. Love is blind. Love is not blind. It's whoever is experiencing that's blind. So, Shani, sorry, darling. You didn't hear your mom say that, though. I didn't say that. I never did. I don't know who did. Anyway, don't mind me. So if you start to see yourself being drawn to somebody, okay, maybe if the guy is loaded, he's got maybe a millionaire, blah, 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 you might say, okay, money can be, he's got his own appeal on his own. But if nothing like that, you just find yourself, kind of, somebody that you would never even go for the type before, and you couldn't get enough of this person, and the way the feeling actually, maybe it wasn't even someone that you would, and you just find out, oh, you want to see them, you are so drawn to them, blah, blah, blah. The second point here, which is very, very, a very important one, is that you find that your every conscious moment and thoughts somehow relate back to this person. It could be that only the before you even mention somebody's name, you are Kule down. Oh, is that Kule? Is that, or maybe you conscious, you don't even know. Somehow it will just pop out for no reason. It wasn't as if you've seen them. It wasn't as if they've called you or text you or email you or anything. It just keep popping in your head like that. Think about it, Shelley, saying, oh, hello, Kali. How are you, Jimo? Lovely to see you, my darling. Oh, my handsome brother. When are you coming and get me in London? I thought you said you're going to come and get me. When are you going to come? I'm waiting for you. I've got my bag packed. And it's lovely to see you here, my darling. As I was saying in the second point, which is you just find out, you're constantly, thinking about this person. You wake up, from the first thing that will pop in your head is the thought of them, and even during the day also, and then, come on, it's not, I mean, even our parents, even we say we have kids, we love our kids, blah, 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 but their name don't pop in our head every second and stuff like that. If this is happening, it could be, someone, yeah, you're right, Sister Kemi, the disadvantage towards that man. Thank you. Thanks so much, darling. So you might want to think more deeply what's going on around this person. You know yourself, you sort of know the pattern of the way that you do your stuff that you do, and so if you start to do something different or something that's new, you want to just pay attention, do more research, and then find out what's happening, Then the third one I'm going to say here is when you are calling their names, saying their names for no reason. All the time. The reason why I said I would do this topic also is that if you look at the, if someone has done stuff like that to you, it's bad. You're going to be acting out of your own free will. That's bad enough. The reason why I said I'll come out here today and do this topic is because there's some people, it's really rampant now, is out there that people that want to exploit you, like financially, sexually, they will actually do these things, to you, say they've got their victim or their target. There's some, info, once they got those info about you, and they will put those info into, to do whatever they need to do. Now, when you look at that, it's not because they love you or they have your best interest at heart. They don't really, all they just want is probably you have money, or is a sexual, it's not only, it could be from women doing it to men, and it could be men doing it to women also. So here I'm not coming out being, all women, all righteous. No, I'm not like that. I was actually, I am happy to be raised in a family, where male figure actually, they play, a good part in my life up to right now. And I actually have 2 sons myself, and so therefore I know little Shegu is my son also, so I mean, as much as I want to tell what's wrong with what they are doing to women, also what if wrongs have been done to men also, we should address that also, you see. So this is what I would like to point out here, guys. I'm not here to diss one gender. Oh, it's only male that's doing it. No. We the stories of tales we've heard, we've seen where women, they've actually used stuff, to make men do stuff they don't want to do. Like put stuff in their food and stuff like that. Either to marry them or just to take the money they've got. So it's not only female that's done that. Oh, Parisha, Oba show me. Lovely to see you, my Kabiesi. Guys, my Oba is here. I think I'm going to win the lottery today, by the way. I'm actually going to try after this show. Letike. Lovely to see you, Kabiesi. I've missed you. Lovely to see you, Babami. Oba Tarisha. Oba takun tó wà lóde ìrànjẹ, ó máa gbé wá o. Baba aláṣọ funfun. Lovely to see you here, Baba. Sorry guys. I just saw my Kabiesi there. I just have to, to say hello and, acknowledge him. And he's ever so good to me, you see. I was talking earlier about our fathers and, how as much as stuff going wrong done to men and women, I knew also that there are issues done to men also. I remember there was a video I did, I'm not going off the rail. And I think in that video, I believe I spoke about how women are being exploited financially, blah, blah, blah. And I remember Obamesho called me after that and said to me, oh, Yara, you've not been fair. He said he agreed with what I've said, but I should have also mentioned the way men have been exploited also. And he went on to give a series of examples how one woman wanted to rob him. And I just had to apologize, and I said to him that don't worry, I'll probably come out one of these days and do another one to support our male also. I'm not here to get we're all one, and so bear with me, guys. So that, as I was saying before, I see my most honorable Kabesi, that if you start to call their names, this is that, and they're not even there, or their names keep popping in your head, blah, 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 you may want to do more research. Every time your phone rings, you are thinking, I said the one that's calling me. Is it her? Like maybe even it may even be an email or text, when your phone, something gone, pam, 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 your phone, is it him? And then all of this stuff, they might be pointing to, and if it's happening around the same one person, constantly, then you won't want to start to probe, and just check yourself further, Like I said, the reason why I said I'll come out here today and do this show, the topic is because a lot of, there's a big thing out there now where both male and female, especially female, there's a video, I don't want to mention other people's shows, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into any issues, or I just like to be on my lane, do my own stuff, But in the community that we live in, when Omorisha, Onisheshes, the traditionalists, the young ones, and they keep calling me, Yara, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. Someone has done this to me, someone has done that to me, And I felt I would come out here and talk about it, So that's why, it's just about raising, creating awareness, be more aware of our surroundings, of ourselves, what's happening to us, and then, you're being exploited. Oh, Kali Ojimo, we're going to talk about after the show from Trinidad. Oh my God. Don't worry. Let's talk about after the show. We will treat our fuck up. Excuse my language. Don't worry. That's a smart stuff to do. If she's going to exploit you, don't worry. Then we're going to go after her together, all of us. Yeah? Don't worry, that's it. There's no one can ever exploit you, my brother. No way. We'll go there, I'm gonna fight. Don't worry, I love you, baby. So as I was saying, that if you can see now, this is what Jumo just said now, that a lady from Trinidad is, exploiting her financially. So look at that. That is just one of the reasons that I thought I'll come out here today. If they've done this thing, the spell is bad enough, because you start to act the way you would normally would not act. And then if they have done that, which means they soften you up, they've you made you vulnerable, and then they now start to exploit you, either financially, like Ojumo said, or sexually. You can see that they haven't done it in the best interest of the other person, you see. So that is why when that happens, it can affect your private life, your professional life. Say you are work, blah, 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 and the way you would, okay, say it was for financial, before you even get your salary, or maybe you own your own business, they've already taken everything away from you. Before you know, you put your house up for mortgage or remortgage. Before you know, you are on the street. We've had a series of worst cases in Nigeria where, this lady, they'll just, they'll go there on holiday. Some will come back, and that's after taking thousands and thousands of dollars and pounds from them, So, equally, people in Nigeria also, or other part of Africa, So when stuff is happening like this, I just believe that come out here, we'll talk about it. You might think it will probably never going to happen to me, but at least if you're aware, if stuff like that start happening, then you would quickly, be on alert, and do hopefully what you can do to save yourself. At the end of the day, that's all we can do, because whatever has gone wrong or gone right in our lives, if we're still alive, that's when we can correct it. Once that the heart stop beating, last breath, that's it. So whatever we can do to stay alive, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, don't let me drift off. Or you hear a car pulling up, oh my God, or think, he's the one that's parked. Oh, it's parked. Hey, Kule today, he's here. I wasn't even him, So all of that, you can imagine the stress. That soul, the soul is not a peace. Whatever it is that's going to disturb your body, mind, soul, your spirit, like a spell like this. Some are so powerful, I can come out that, look, when you have it done to you, some people, they can't sleep, they can't do anything, they can't function without seeing the other person. And once they see, it's not that, okay, you see them, but then they're going to use that opportunity because they know that you've been missing them. They know that you've been pining for them, and they knew what they have done against you. And so therefore, they would now use the opportunity to ask you stuff that you probably wouldn't want to part with. Stuff that probably going to be, maybe stuff that are meant for your children or for yourself, that it's not as if you have extra. You will just part with this stuff. You give it to them. You understand? That is not love. People that love you don't do that to you. They don't leave you destitute. They don't leave you unhappy, sad, hungry, and broke. People that they are miserable. People that love you don't do that. They will want to, be the best that you can be. And so therefore, the way I see it, like I said, this is the business, what I do. We have a lot of that I sell. If you buy stuff, normally the love spell stuff that I do, you're going to cast it. The directions are there. I wouldn't personally cast it for you because it is your decision. I'm just selling it. I'm just like Lalu. My father, Lalu, is a contractor. So whatever you want me to build for you, I will tell you this is not right. Don't put that building on that land. If you insist you're going to do that, then you can go ahead and do just that. So that's why, but I'll still come out here and do the show and then be as honest, because whatever we do, this video I'm doing here today, the universe can see what I'm saying. If I'm not being honest to the best of that I know, then, it's a karma for me also. But I want a good karma recorded for me, you see. So, and that's why you see me, I'll come and I just say it the way it is, at least the way that I know it is. It's up to you. People don't have to listen. This is just an entertainment. But if it's something that's trying to cut, or then, it's just creating awareness, and then we've been one, and then, looking out for each other. Like I said, the consequences are that the spells like this interferes with someone's free will, and it can backfire. Say someone, you've gone and cast a spell like that. I'll explain to you instances where it can backfire. Okay, so say you've cast a spell against somebody. Say someone like me. If someone casts a spell against me, love spell, well, that's good for me. because I don't want that done to me. So if you do that, I'm just going to donate your penis to the Ochorungas. That's it. Because, well, I don't need it. I don't want any dick. I don't want any husband. I don't want any boyfriend for the rest of my life, And so therefore, if you cast something, and apart from what I use every day in form of that I use to protect myself, to become a way of life for me, it will backfire on you. And so, and I'm not the only one. Everyone has a way of protecting themselves from attacks, whatever it might be. And so, if you go and cast something against somebody that's equally up to the task, it was going to backfire. And then the way that energy is going to come back to you, only it might not be what you thought that it would be. So always have that in mind also. It's not everybody that you can cast spell against. It's not every male or female that you can, say, we're going to do that. Because you don't know what that person also has, in place. So we should be... Obatele, how are you, darling? Long time. Lovely to see you here, darling. So as I was saying, and the second one, which I mentioned earlier on, that is, we have the law of three, which simply means whatever you give out into the universe, it will come back to you 3 times. Whatever that may be. If it's good, if it's not the other side, whatever it is, we are all adults. We can behave anyhow we want to be, but the universe is there. It will equally pay us back, whichever way, we have behaved. And that one, there's no bribe there. You can't bribe the universe. You cannot manipulate it. At the right time, it will give it back. So it's always good to have this in our minds. When we have power in our hands, there's so many good things we can do with it. You don't have to do this. But I'm not here to preach. I'm not a preacher. That's one of the stuff that I love. My tradition, my belief is for. We don't preach because you are all adults. You can decide whatever. Just be aware of the consequences. So what goes around comes around. We have the law of three. Peace. My brother Mark, lovely to see you. We have the law of three there. What you give to the universe, universe will give it back. You give once, it will give it back 3 times. So once we have that, then in our mind, at the back of our minds, to guide us at whatever point in our lives, whatever decision we wanted to do, we have that there, then it would help, at least just being aware. And then if you say you actually notice that this is being done against you, now these are actions. I'm going to go to the actions. That's just a suggestion. You guys feel free to do more research, read books, by all means, listen to other people's experience also, But I believe even if you notice someone has done something, if it was me, and as I found out someone has done something, like, I'm going to be calm, as in, I'm not going to contact that person, calling them, ranting, raving. No. Oh, how can you do this to me? No. They already knew why they done what they done, So therefore, I'm not going to go down that route. I wouldn't. I already knew whatever they've done is not to my best interest. They don't care about my feelings, my well-being. And so therefore, whatever I'm going to do to free myself, I don't think I need to let them know that. So some people, there are 2 options here. Then some people would attempt to reroute the unwanted spell back to the original caster. That is, back to sender. That is an option, which we have resources here at Alashala, send it back. Other people will say to you that they wouldn't want to send it back because when you send it back, it's as you, it doesn't matter that you're not the original caster. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Sorry, I don't know. I'm in my living room doing the show. Normally, my I've got my 15-year-old. Guys, can you just please, I know Remy is got a game going on, but you can watch that upstairs also. You can. I'm still on the live chat. Gabriel, shut that door. Do you mind? Sorry guys, I can't believe this. Sorry. It's not every time it's just full house today. Sorry. As I was saying, that's why I love to have my peace and quiet when I'm having my chat. Because children can be, children are children, whether they are 5-year-old or 15-year-old. Anyway, as I was saying before, my bosses interrupted me. So you can either decide to send it back to whoever sent it to you. Like I said, some people don't believe in that. Some people believe that once you reverse it, even though you are not the original caster, now you reversing it, you have also done something there against the, you've done like it's not evil, but also negative. Because then they will say, if you ask them why, they will say to you that they've got other option, which is they can reroute the unwanted power back to the earth as rebounding negative energy. So they sort of uncrossing, taking it off. So now you've taken it off, you've uncrossed it, but you've not necessarily now, send it back to whoever, that's done it to you. You understand what I'm saying? So those are 2 options there. Some people will say, look, no, they did this to me. I'm going to send it back to sender. And I don't care, whatever it is. If we get to universe or whatever universe is, I'm going to, state my own case that I didn't deserve that. And I just send it back. And some will actually say to you that, look, like I said, no, just uncross it, take it off them. And then and they're free of it, and they're not owing any karma. They haven't done anything negative. Whatever that has gone wrong in the whole process, it was from the original casters. The person that first cast it. So, those are the options that one could do. For all of this here, if you find out any of this is happening to you, or we have herbs here at Alashala, herbs and spiritual, contact us here. The universe has blessed us immensely. It's giving us all this living consciousness, for our good, for the time that we are going to be here. No one gets to live forever, but for the time that we are here, to make the ride worthwhile, I always say it's like being here. Sometimes I say like, like when you're traveling, if you travel first class, the luxury that's in there. Or if you travel, they park you in the cabin area. Every turbulence, you're going to feel it. So the universe has blessed us and then put all this living consciousness to work together with us for the time that we're going to be here. And if we choose not to, work with them, then it's up to us. It's got nothing to do with the universe, And then, that's all we're going to be talking about here. It's lovely, lovely seeing you, lovely people. Each time I come on Alashala Spiritual and I see you beautiful people, it's always fun time for me. I love you guys. I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Don't forget if you are in a situation where you're at a crossroad, we have we do have a divination service here, whereby we have Ifa Okpele is always accurate. It never lies. It tells us, where it is. Point us in the right direction. Contact us at Alashala. If you are in a stage in your life, stuff have, been stagnant, professional life, private life, not moving forward, other people seems to be going ahead. Somehow, love says, you just like, the person is stuck. Give us a call here at Alashala. We can, together we will work it out. If you have a marital issue, business low, no customers, blah, 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 a court case, contact us here at Alashala. General health issues. Also, we have a one-to-one consultation where you can call. Usually you probably will make an appointment for that. And I get a lot of that because there's a lot of omiorocks that just found out, this is their journey. They just want someone to guide them. Some will want to actually get their orishas, and so therefore, we do all of this at Alashala. Like I'm saying, our website, I'm not going to tell you when it's coming out. It's going to be a surprise. I'll come out on the show like this and then we will launch it. It's been wonderful having you guys here. And I will see you next week, Saturday. Remy he hasn't got a game next week, Saturday, so I will be early. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, for joining me for this show. It's been wonderful having you guys here. Shegun, we will talk later on. I love you, darling. Mwah. Bye-bye.